Welcome back to Discover Down Under. Brookie and I are in cotton country, and you're just in time to meet the godfather of cotton farming in the Macintyre Valley.
Wow, Sam, for a girl that was born and bred on the beach, this cotton field is something pretty special.
It is. It is absolutely magnificent. It just feels as though you want to go and jump into it. And this is what cotton is like. Australian cotton is some of the best in the world.
How long have you been a cotton farmer for?
Since 1978, we started growing cotton. And ironically enough, it was in this field that the first cotton crop was grown in the Macintyre Valley. We were the first growers, and bang, it boomed on from there, away it went.
It's a hype of activity here this morning.
You didn't want to be too. I mean, this is our main money time of the year. This is what we work for all year for, is to get to this particular point in time.
So take me through the process. So 6 months, it's been growing.
We plant a very small seed in September, and from a seed, the plant flowers, starts flowering after Christmas, after flowering to the bulb, and then through to the brack.
And then it's harvest time.
It goes through, and the picker has spindles on it, and it pulls the cotton out of the brack.
Okay.
It's packed into those round bales in the back of the pickers, picked up and then taken to the gin. And at the gin, what they do is they pull the seed out away from the lint. And then they go to the spinning mill, and then the spinning mill starts to tease it out and turn it into yarn.
When you think of cotton, you just think of a T-shirt like you're wearing.
Correct.
But it's also food.
It's also food. A third of what you see there in that cotton is food. That seed is used for cottonseed oil, used for cattle feed, just like sorghum, corn, anything like that.
Goondiwindi Cotton Tours take you through the whole process, from the farm to the gin, as well as a tour through Goondiwindi itself.
What's really good about the tours is if you've got your CIL Travel Saver card, you'll save 10%, but always make sure that you get online and activate it first. They'll even pick you up at the top tourist park.
And you'll get the chance, Brookie. The tour finishes up with morning tea at Cotton HQ.
Well, Tim, I've finished the tour and we've ended up in this really colourful shop full of cotton. Can you believe it goes from this to this? I'm going to buy you this pink shirt. It'll look great. If you're in town, make sure you do the tour and support the Aussie farmers.
This week on Tim's Groovy Gadgets, we're having a sleepover and you're invited. This is made by Dream Silk Doona Systems. I've burrowed underneath the doona cover to get to the nitty-gritty of the doona. And what they've done is they've got 2 doonas and tied them together to make one really big warm doona. Brilliant. The joy of this is that when you go into the hot weather, you just undo it and you get one single doona. It's really a good idea. They're silk, so it's mold resistant, it's dust mite resistant, so it's perfect to store in your caravan. Another great thing about these being silk strands is that they don't gather, so you're not having like big lumps in your doona. They always remain flat. All in all, if you're caravanning and you don't have one of these, you're cold. Cold, warm, warm, too hot, cold, cold. Just right. If you want more info on today's show, or you're just thinking about getting out there yourself, everything you need is on our website, so jump on discoverdownunder.com.au.
To book into any of the fantastic top tourist parks we visited today, or to find your next holiday destination, make sure you visit turu.com.au before you leave the house.
And of course, to take advantage of the discounted attractions we visited today, and literally thousands more, get your free CIL Travel Saver card when you insure with CIL, Australia's leading specialist caravan and RV insurer. Check it all out at cilinsurance.com.au. Brookie, it's been swell, but that brings us to the end of our epic outback road trip.
I've had a great time, Tim, but do you know what? I have been on turu.com.au and I've chosen our next destination.
You've been on... That's my job. I go on Turu.
No, I've been on turu.com.au and we're heading south to Echuca on the Mighty Murray.
Oh, It sounds fantastic. Well, I guess all that's left is to say, join us next week when we hook up and discover somewhere new down under.
You're trying to compete with me.
No way. I'm not competitive in any way. I'm going to Echuca.